Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Selo. Please do not forget to subscribe, comment, like, and of course to share this video. So the Saint Twins did a part 2 of their interview with Owami on their channel, you guys, and they talked about their upbringing and not having parents and the obstacles they had to endure. So this time they revealed shocking news that they had moved in with a certain and his wife at some point in their life, and how that whole experience went for them. They said that them moving in with the pastor and his wife was probably the most horrific experience they have ever gone through, because the pastor almost took sexual advantages of the two of them, you guys. And as a matter of fact, they detailed how at some point he had managed to sneak into their room and helped himself by ejaculating himself in their room that they had slept in. They at some point even mentioned how it became a trend for Christian pastors come to them to try and make their moves on them. They tried to report the pastors to other pastors. However, they were told that they have demons that attracts these pastors to them, you guys, and that they needed to be delivered from those evil spirits, you guys. They also detailed how they had managed to escape from the pastor's home before he could do the worst to them, you guys. Now up next, I'm just going to go ahead and insert a little snippet of them detailing that, but you can go to the channel to watch the rest of the interview. Now please do engage with me in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe, and of course do comment and share this video. I will definitely see you on the next video.
Or some men of God, really did take advantage of us, of our vulnerability, of the fact that we did not have a father figure,
being fatherless.
So they come to you, or they came to us as a father figures, and you're like, oh, it feels so good to have a father figure, have you eaten? Do you need groceries? Do you need this? Do you need that? And then they just end up taking advantage of you. I think when my sister was in matric was the worst year, because the pastor that had, really volunteered to just help us out, because we had moved out of home very early, so we're staying in Pretoria, and we're staying in a flat and so forth. But then
to be closer to school.
How
early? Like, you would say, how old were you guys?
Maybe 16, in high school.
Okay.
16 years, in high school. And my grandmother was actually happy with us being away, because she wanted us away from the township setup. So we're staying with a sister of ours, much older, very stern Christian as well. So we really enjoyed, that time. We grew spiritually. That's actually where our foundation was in terms of Christianity. And then we found a church. Somehow, I don't know what happened for us to move out of the flat and move in with the pastor who was. But that's what I'm saying. When they ask you, what do you need, this and this and this, and they come as a form of a solution. Kanti, it starts off being a solution, and the next thing, somebody takes advantage of you, and they just like off ramp along the way. So we ended up staying at this house, and then, which was fine.
He didn't have a wife.
He did, and kids. A wife and kids. But then it starts being inappropriate. I think at some point he said to the wife, "Don't you think they should also be my wives?" And then it was a laughing matter, and then people laughed, and me and my sister didn't find it funny, because immediately I thought, then this guy's looking at us differently. We moved from being daughters in his eyes to him seeing us as wives, and that was the beginning of hell, if I can call it that way. Like, he tried it. I think if we're not together, we would have probably been raped, but because we're together, we saw it coming.
Yes,
and
we're smart about it.
We're very smart about it.
I don't know what to call it, like a twin thing. Like, even when we
yes,
I don't know. Even when we were not communicating, we're communicating. It's like when somebody says they think they're ahead of you, we were ahead of him. We were just those two girls, vulnerable, these virgins, these Christians and whatever, and he wanted to take advantage, but because I think at some point he was fascinated the fact that we're virgins. I'm like, but we're in matric. What do you mean? Like, are we supposed to? Do you understand? Then just one night, he walked in to our bedroom and then literally just tried it.
But you know what, God protected us. And we from moms say, like, please don't try it.
And you know how the father was a gangster.
Don't try it.
The gangster side of you guys came out. Not really.
You know what?
It was
but in a very smart way. Like, I was like, not today, not tonight, you will not try it. And we protected each other.
So, like,
but that guy literally tried it. He ended up in our bed. Yeah, like he literally just maneuvered, and we just like signaled our twin.
We were talking.
What? We're just like, okay, action, girl.
Did he like come in between you guys?
No, he came on the
bed,
my sister's side of the bed.
Yeah.
And you guys didn't scream?
No.
Was his wife home?
Yes.
You guys, I'm shocked. Well, he's a pastor, so okay.
Hey, Wamza.
No, I think I'm still dealing with church yet. I don't even go to church yet, but I want to go back. I'm going to actually come to church.
Yeah.
So, but my goodness, that is so scary. And especially being young.
Yes.
So then after that night, what happens?
So what happened is that God, interesting how this guy was there in bed, and he managed to come without nothing. He just, at the time I didn't even know what coming means. I just put the bed is wet. I'm like, what did this guy just do? Did he pee on himself? Now knowing what I did, I'm like, this guy, did he just ejaculate without anything? Just sitting there in the bed.
And then he walked out.
And then he walked out, and then he started communicating via words. He never spoke a word in that entire time. He communicated everything with letters. And then I don't know what happened, but we're suspecting now that he was in the cult, because with everything that we saw.
So what happened is that we never spoke about it. Right, we never spoke about it to anyone. We never spoke about it to him.
We didn't
right, obviously he started acting weird and whatever, and then tried to manipulate the situation at some point, because a lot of pastors were actually trying it with us and trying to ask us out. I mean, we've always been curvaceous. Even when we're in high school, we've always just been
well built and beautiful.
Yes, exactly. So when I guess they saw an opportunity, and then I think another older pastor tried to ask us out, and he heard us like having the conversation, telling someone like, yo, this guy really respected him. Now he's asking us out on a date and whatever. Which was another pastor. And then another pastor once called us and said to us, do you guys know what sexting is? I'm like, sexting, what's that? I don't know what that is, right? And then it's like, yeah, no, we're gonna do that. Like, you guys must tell me when you're alone, we're gonna do that. And then we had to open up to some of the church leaders to say, gosh, you know what, we're having a problem. These pastors are busy, like,
they're
asking us out, and then this one wants to sext, and this one, and then did he not come to prophesy us that we have a spirit, and the spirit that we have is attracting pastors, and we making the pastors weak? So the problem is with us, and we need deliverance, because why are they being weak when these are proper men of God? These men of God are so we became the evil people.
Did you like ourselves? And obviously, because you guys were young, did you believe?
He prayed for us. We're like standing there.
So
well, who is the demon, Shibubu? Like,